Hello my dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shannon, and tonight I've got another spoiler-free book review to share with you guys. I'm filming in a different location than usual because I'm house sitting for my best friend and looking after her little dog here, Hobo. Although he's not little, he's big. And her cat. And I just finished reading this book and I had to come and talk to you guys about it right away. And tonight we were talking about Model Home by River Solomon. This is a short novella. It's just a hair over 200 pages, and it's a wild ride. It sort of is a haunted house story, but not in the way that you think it is. It's a story about families and grief and cycles of abuse, and it was right up my alley, honestly. So it's about this person named Esri, and they have a daughter named Elijah, and they live in England, but they're originally from America, and their parents, when they were very young, moved from New York to Texas. They were able to go from like living in an apartment to buying a nice, big, beautiful home, and they live in that home, and all throughout Esri's childhood, just weird things are happening inside of this house. Weird things that can't be explained, and a lot of the time she's the one doing the weird things. She's got two sisters, Emmanuel and Eve, and anyway, one night they call her and they say, "You have to come home. You have to come home right now." And Esri does. She packs, she takes Elijah, and they head home. And the problem is that no one's heard from their parents, their mom and dad. And so Esri has to go to the house and find out what's going on. So that's kind of where the story kicks off. And like I said, it's part haunted house story, but not in the way that you would expect. It's also a story about family. Because all three of these children have been estranged from their parents for many, many years because of things that happened inside the house, because of an anger that their parents never took them away from it. And now it's just kind of, they've got to figure out what's going on. And that's really all I can tell you because it's such a short book. There's not much I can say without crossing the line of having said too much. So instead, what I'll tell you is that I really enjoyed it. It's brutal at times in the things that you learn, the things that you read about, the way things are worded and said. But there were so many times I was like screenshotting things, highlighting them to send to people. I was like, you need to read this sentence. This sentence is something so true that I've never heard worded or never read worded so beautifully before. It's that kind of writing. And I think a lot of people will like it. It's definitely different than what I thought it was going to be in a good way. I went in knowing virtually nothing about it aside from the fact that it was a haunted house story of sorts. And I came away really enjoying it. But yeah, it's grim. There are parts that are really difficult to read. But I really liked it. I liked the way that it all tied up at the end. I liked what we learned. Like, it's terrible, but I liked it. You know what I mean? And I would definitely recommend if you like those sorts of books. I would say it's a mix. It's not full horror. I would say it's a mix of like literary fiction and horror. So if you don't like the way that literary fiction goes, I'd avoid it. But if you do, I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's a beautifully written story about things that I feel like we can all relate to. Maybe not all of it. You know, not everyone's going to relate to all of it, but I feel like everyone will see something in those pages that resonates with them as something very true. And that's going to do it for me for tonight. I'm going to go hang out with Hobo and Klaus and maybe start reading another book. Anyway, I hope you guys had a great weekend. It's a long weekend here in Canada. Tomorrow is Truth and Reconciliation Day. And so, yeah, I hope you're all doing well, and I will see you again really soon. Bye.